I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. How was your weekend? My weekend was good. I had a lovely day yesterday. Some of it spent by the pool having a massage by my sports therapist. Some of it by the pool reading a book. Really good book too. Legends and Lattes. Haven't finished it yet, but I'm enjoying it. And I went shopping. What did I do on Saturday? Oh, I went out. I just went out for sunset on Saturday night and caught up with a couple of friends. Had some bad news about a friend. But yeah, all round an average weekend. How was yours? Hi Maria. So, mini reads. Okay, Hayley is booked in already. If you want to book in for a mini read, you're welcome to do that. I've popped a link in the live chat. Hayley is booked in already, and Hayley's question is, she's hoping I'm well. I am. I'm well. Hayley's recently started seeing someone. Have you any guidance for where it could go, please? Yes, I do. I do. Let's see. This new one that Hayley's seeing. Can we have information, please? Great grace. Go with the flow with this one, Hayley. So grace is about, going with the flow, letting things flow. With a create card there, it suggests that you possibly might not want to go with the flow, and this is kind of encouraging you to go with the flow. Why wouldn't we want to go with the flow with a relationship? Well, sometimes we want to take control of it and kind of move it in a direction that we want it to go. This is saying, like, don't do that, just go with the flow instead. For example, if someone comes into your life and you're not sure whether it's going to be a long-lasting thing or not, you don't need to kind of make sure that they don't give you anything or restrict it in any kind of a way. You're allowed to kind of go with it and then see where it goes. Now, I'm not saying that this is that situation, but yeah, you can't make a relationship into what you want it to be by controlling it. So that create and grace is saying, go with the flow and just see what it is, see what it is, see what it can be. Now you've got create and be artistic, and what you resist persists, and that is the energy that I was picking up on. See, you've got an energy about you, Hayley, that says something like, I should be able to make a relationship into what I want it to be, as if that's what other people do, kind of thing. They get someone and then they manage to manage that relationship for it to be a long-lasting one, and that's not what actually happens. What actually happens is two people willing to go with the flow, two people willing to let each other be who they are, get to know each other, and then choose each other. That's what happens. There's no... And so you're looking for someone that you'll choose, right? But there's no way of choosing the one that you'll choose. Do you know what I mean? There's no way of picking out of a crowd the one that it is you're going to choose. You're just going to have to go with the flow. So, no, to your question, really, no, I don't have any guidance to where it could go, because your higher self is saying you need to experience this one to see if it is. But the big guidance for you is you can't make a relationship be what it's not going to be. You just need to experience it as it is. So we can't fail, right? We can't fail in relationships, because all we're really doing is seeing if that person's the one, and if they're not, then they're not, Seeing if that person is the one that we choose. No failure about that. There can only be failure if we've got it in our minds that we could make something work if it's not the right one. So there you go. Thank you for booking in, Hayley. Hey, Carly. Maria did a mind, body and spirit fair. Nice, really busy. Cool. That's good. People liking that kind of thing, getting interested in it. You had a lovely weekend visiting family, Carly. Very nice. So yeah, if anyone wants a mini read, you can book in for one of those now. Thank you, Hayley, for booking in for yours. And let's get some cards out about twin flames. See what's going on there. Okay, cards. Let's get these ones. Okay. The running's going well. Chicken cat's just been in. She just laughed. She'll probably pop up again. I can tell when she's there. I'm psychic, you know. She just gives me little messages. She knows when I'm here too. She comes running if I'm away. If I've been away for a couple of days, she comes as soon as I got back. She knows. She seems well at the moment again. I don't know. The girl's got 9 lives. It just seems bizarre that last week I saw her like about to die and then she's fine again. Very strange. Okay. Justice. So people are asking me about her here. And it's like, well, she's fine again. It's weird. She just won't die. So strange. I prepared myself so many times now. Now I won't believe it next time. I'm like, you're going to bounce back. Justice. Justice is the divine match kind of thing. It's the card of karma, the one that we deserve. I had someone message me on Tinder this weekend and he took himself out of the running. He said straight away, "You're out of my league." I'm like, yeah, but you're all out of I'm out of all of your leagues. That's the trouble, is I'm out of everybody's league. Everyone that I'm meeting. Anyway, Justice card is someone that's in your league. It's only a matter of time before someone in my league does show up. Better be attractive. 3 of Swords, to me, I mean. 3 of Swords is the card of heartbreak. That's I thought this might be the one that's right for me, but they're not. Kind of defeated again. It wasn't that one again. Why is it just like the ones that aren't right for me put in front of me all the time? Universal, you're broken. Although saying that, you know, I see quite a few people on Facebook. I don't look at Facebook very much anymore, but I do have some people on there that seem to be obsessed with, you know, all the post about is about being single and, you know, memes about the state of men or you know, about love, but it's lost. It's not really love. And it's like, wow, that desperate kind of an energy are always just looking for a man all the time. It's, even though I talk about it on here, it's not where I'm at in life at all. Not at all. Hardly ever remember to go on Tinder to even see if there's anybody on the island, you know. I might think about it. I do actually at the weekend. I think, oh, I could be going on a date this weekend, so I check it out. Usually Friday or Saturday. But when we're preoccupied with it, this can happen a lot, you know, getting the disappointments. It's like seeking a job and getting disappointed when you don't get the job and all of that. When you're in that seeking mode, it can be very disappointing. But if you're just going about life, because there's plenty of other things that are way more fulfilling than searching for a man. Like really, way more fulfilling in life, way more interesting. There's so much that we have access to and it's on offer to learn and to try and to do. And yeah, seeking a man, it's really not that exciting. Anyway, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is your energy. You're very attractive right now. So attracting it in, yes. Perhaps the ones that are, you're out of their league, perhaps. Perhaps not the ones that aren't right for you. But the 8 of Swords, locked in a pattern. 6 of Pentacles, okay, that doesn't bring reciprocation. Locked in a pattern that doesn't bring reciprocation. So back to what I was just talking about the people that I see on Facebook constantly posting about, and it's like, yeah, we get it, you're single, but do something else instead, you know? Be interested in something else. Because when you're seeking like that, it's like desperately seeking. There's an emptiness, there's a clinginess, there's desperation in it, and healthy people for relationships don't want a desperate person, right? So it's like that, locked in a pattern that doesn't bring reciprocation, or the kind of reciprocation that it brings is not the reciprocation that you want. So tell us more about this then. What patterns are we locked into? I've been having dreams every night, apart from last night. But every night until last night, I've been having dreams about like guys wanting to be my boyfriend, and each night, the guy, it's because it's a different guy and it's not anyone that I know each time, but it gets more and more enticing. I mean, they're better and better. My subconscious is doing well. It's bringing better and better people into my dreams, like ones that I would want to have a relationship with. And in the dreams, I'm always a little bit reticent at first, but then I let them win me over. So my subconscious is obviously having me practice things in my dreams. I don't know. Anyone else get that sometimes? It's almost like my subconscious is saying, Claire, it's time to open up. Let's do it in your dreams first. So locked into a pattern that doesn't bring reciprocation, or it doesn't bring the reciprocation that you want. It always brings reciprocation. We're always getting reciprocation, but not the reciprocation that we want, right? And the thing is, when people are desperate and clingy is not the right word, desperate, like that, needy, desperate and needy, they do get reciprocation, but they'll attract someone, you know, they're probably more likely to attract one of the ones that'll push you away. Well, anyone's going to push that away though, aren't they? Have you ever been with a needy, clingy person? It's a desperate person. It's not nice. It's not a nice energy. It's not nice energy to have a relationship with. It's too much. So yeah, always the reciprocation from that kind of behavior is always going to be pushing away. Whether it's someone that is anxious attachment, healthy attachment, or avoidant attachment. So the Hierophant, the spiritual lessons here, something to learn about a pattern that we've been in that has been attracting reciprocation, but not the kind of reciprocation that we want. And what I see as well is that from the clingy type, from the desperate types too, is that you think that you're really good at loving. You think that all of the attention and the neediness for love is giving the other person love, and that it's positive attention for them and they should really like it because you're loving them really well. And to the other person, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like too much. Have you ever had that where someone is kind of trying to help you and do everything for you, but they're kind of just presuming that you're not on top of it, and they're doing too much and they're interfering, and it's like, why are you trying to help me when I don't even have a problem? It's that misplaced doing too much isn't perceived as love, because it kind of isn't love. It's someone seeking love from the other person. Hi Mandy, how was your weekend? So we've got the King of Swords, seeing clarity about this, and the Empress about what you deserve. So this reading is going to be about what we're not seeing, what pattern that we're locked into that we're not seeing, that is bringing us the wrong kind of reciprocation, not the reciprocation that we really want. And it's an interesting thing when you go from being like codependent, wanting to prove yourself worthy of a relationship by giving too much, that kind of thing, to being more like being the Empress, knowing what you deserve, and just knowing that you don't need to overgive, and that you're allowed a relationship anyway, and you're allowed to be treated really well, and all of that kind of thing. And letting it come, and letting people persist in that, and allow to do things for you. hope Nikki won't mind me saying this, but Nikki messaged me. I messaged Nikki this weekend. She was messaging me back. She said that there was a guy she was spending time with. I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning this, but a guy she was spending time with, she's got no romantic interest in, but they were spending time together because of a mutual interest. And she said it was really interesting because he was very attentive to her, and she hasn't had an attentive partner for a long time. And that's what she's been asking for. She knows that she really likes that when someone's attentive. And this guy was really attentive to her, even though there was no romance there, really attentive. And she allowed that in. She allowed him to be attentive to her without it being weird, without it being like, now I owe you some romantic connection or whatever. It's just like, no, I'll allow him to be really attentive and to look after me and do these nice things for me, just because I deserve it. And it's really good that when you start allowing love in, and not thinking that you need to give something back for it, you know? Not making it a transaction. That's when we know we're in the Empress energy, when we allow people to treat us really well, just because we are us. I'm not saying like in an obnoxious way, and I'm sure Nikki wasn't being obnoxious about it, you know, like a princess demanding and all of that kind of thing. It's not like that. It's just like really respecting yourself, and then other people treat you really well. You let the love in, and you know that it's okay. It's okay to be loved. You don't need to justify it by giving them something back. You don't need to have that guilt feeling of like, oh, they've been too nice to me and now I owe them something. It could just be one way that in which what this is talking about, locked into a pattern that is bringing you the reciprocation that you don't want. Got the Eight of Crystals and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to read them. If anyone would like a mini read, book them in at any time. The link is there in the live chat. Let's read these out then. I think this Starchild Tarot is probably the best deck for doing this kind of thing with, because we're asking for it to be revealed what patterns that we're in. So it could be any of these cards, any of these messages for you. It's going to be just under the surface, like the Moon card, you know? Something not yet revealed for you, something you've not quite yet put your finger on what it is that you're doing. So let's find out. Eight of Crystals. So we're in like not spy mode. Sleuth is the only word that I can think of. Sleuth mode. The exploration and discovery of a new task, project or venture is on the horizon. You're ready and willing to put in all of your energy and move into a new phase of your life. You're able to look back on all of your accomplishments and career goals and develop your talents to an entirely new level. This may also indicate additional formal training or education in the future. It's a self-determination that comes from mental clarity and focus. It's a state of maturity that emerges from living your life as you expand your spiritual awareness through this active process. Perseverance, ingenuity, spiritual growth, education. I need to think outside the box in order to gain new perspectives and insights. Oh, there's a need here for us to not think, well, I'm doing everything right and perfectly and it's just not working out for me because the universe is broken. It's like, nah, that's never true. We can always have like deeper awareness of ourselves, right? So there's a need to think outside the box in order to gain new perspectives and insights on yourself. If you've been expending all your energy into one project or idea that's not working out, try reprioritizing your plans. What are you getting out of it in the end? That's an interesting question to ask. So the patterns that you're in that aren't working out for you in relationships, what are you getting out of that? You must be getting something out of it in order to keep on doing it. So when it doesn't work out, what is that? Is that like proving you right? proving a story that you've got right. Could be that you've got a story and you do the behaviors that prove that story right each time. Like, see, they're not showing up, or see, another one that does this. It could be that. Is there an alternative approach that you can explore? So need to make long-term goals and to find a sense of balance. Interesting. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Just as the seasons change in an everlasting cycle of energy, so does the path of your life. For every situation, there tends to be an archetypal opposite that keeps the balance intact. That's the reciprocation you're getting back, and it's not the reciprocation you want. The balance. So what is it that you're attracting to you that you don't like? Because that is just the balance to how you're out of balance. We're always attracting reciprocation. Like I said with the needy one, they'll always be pushed away because that is the right reciprocation. It's like you chase after someone, try it with a kid, run at them, they'll run away. It's the balance, right? It's the balance. And so it doesn't matter. If you keep on chasing, they're going to keep on running. If you keep on trying to cling, they're going to push away. For every situation, there's an archetypal opposite that keeps the balance intact. And so what do we do then? We change the balance within ourselves to attract exactly what it is that we want. I keep on attracting takers. Why? Because I'm willing to give too much. So we balance that up. Not willing to give so much anymore. I'm willing to give in balance instead because I want to attract a balanced person to me. And then practicing that balanced way of giving. So what are you attracting? And let's see if we can figure out what the balance is between us. Understanding the Wheel of Fortune signifies a state of acceptance that things may be good or bad at any given time. Do not be discouraged by the difficulties or low points. These too will pass. In modeling unconditional love and gratitude, it's easier to identify the positive moments as they come, which manifest abundance into your life. Know that sometimes you may need to take a leap into the unknown in order to move forward. You alone have the power to create the life you desire and to overcome any challenges along the way. Look for the lessons instead of giving into the struggle. Right? Look for the lessons instead of giving into the struggle. Don't keep on doing what you did, but trying harder at it. We need to take a step back and ask ourselves, what is that balance that I need within myself? And this is what the wheel is all about. You may feel as though you've had some bad luck due to turn of events that have left you feeling rather helpless. Don't know what to do about it. There may be negative external forces influencing your situation. Think back. Could there have been some choices that you made that are contributing to the present challenge? How can you take control of your own perspective in order to move forward? It's important to visualize yourself taking necessary steps in achieving your goals. Any ideas, anybody? Give us more clues, please, guides, what this might be. The Emperor. Da, da, da. Divine Masculine. The Emperor. The Emperor indicates a time for reinforcing a sense of clarity and direction in your life. The execution of a specific plan or idea will need your inner strength and organization in order to manifest properly. Be a strategic thinker. This card may also signify an authoritative figure as much as a state of mind. Sometimes the existence of power lies in the ability to distinguish thoughts and actions that are damaging or aggressive with those that are nurturing and positive. Interesting. So sometimes the existence of power lies in the ability to distinguish thoughts and actions that are damaging or aggressive with those that are nurturing and positive. There's something in that. Now, I know for myself, it's been a big part of my relationship journey. After experiencing violence as a child from the masculine, and then turning away from that aggression, which is often a positive of the masculine. I've certainly seen it that way now. But of course it's not when it comes out in violence. That is not a positive part of the masculine. But I was turning away from, like pushing away masculinity because of that, kind of thinking it was toxic when I hadn't really seen the benefits of positive aggression in the masculine. I'm certainly changing my mind about masculine now, especially because there's so much people calling out toxic masculine all the time when it's not necessarily toxic. What they're pointing out shows someone that's wounded, that's calling that out, right? Wounded by masculine. And that was me before. I would call out toxic masculine at all kinds of things. It was just my perspective because I had been a victim of toxic masculine. And then I was seeing it everywhere instead of seeing the truth of masculinity as a positive thing. Anyway, something to think on. Now I really like the balance. I like when people, or like the balance that I've found in myself is that I own my aggression, and I can use my aggression when it's right. Like, nobody mess with me now. Because I will tap into it. But it doesn't come out anymore when it's not warranted. And it used to before. I had that anger inside of myself that used to come out when it wasn't right to come out, you know? If someone had made a mistake, it would come out of me, this anger. That's not the right time for that aggression to come out. Now, if someone was coming in and treating me badly or coming in on the attack, then it's the right time for the aggression to come out. And that's the way I am now. But when I was disowning that inside of me, disowning that balance, going like, oh no, I'd never, it would come out. My anger would come out in times where it just shouldn't have done. It wasn't appropriate. And that's what happens is when we push something away and we say we're not that. It's like, no, I'm not aggressive at all. When we don't realize that it's got a positive aspect to it in ourselves, never mind anyone else, it will come out at the wrong time. When you consider the essence of love behind your choices, stability and strength will manifest with ease. When you consider the essence of love behind your choices, stability and strength will manifest with ease. This card also denotes intelligence, power and mental organization, and an ability to think on a larger scale when it comes to raising your vibes to a higher state of awareness. This defines what you truly prioritize and how you choose to use energy in your life. What you give out always returns. The balance always comes. Whether we like it or not, that reciprocation always happens. How can I take the initiative in order to manifest my goals? What steps will I need to take from here on out? Where do my strengths lie? Stability, action, accomplishment, success, security, balance, structure, organization, protection, self-discipline, leadership. Protection, you know? That's what we want, right? Masculine that can protect us. So even in my friends, I really enjoy that. I'm quite put off by the people that are just softly, because I know they've got a dark side and I know it's going to come out inappropriately. But my friends tend to be the good, soft, open people, but they also have that don't mess with me side too. And that's because my friends are the ones that I'm meeting in the gyms, the ones that are tapping into that energy. Reverse, the Emperor may indicate a rigid or stubborn mindset. This could be associated with someone who's overbearing and authoritative, and that person could be us, who lacks an inner spiritual connection. Yeah, and if you're too complicit, you're going to attract the opposite of that, right? Someone that is overbearing. And if you're going for the more feminine guys, you're going to become the overbearing one with them. You're going to balance that energy out. If you're seeking a more flexible and non-conformist lifestyle, now may be the time to speak your truth and break away from any limitations that have been imposed on you. It could be that you will need to detach from certain people in your life in order to heal from within and make positive changes. Interesting. Any clues, anybody? You're all very quiet today. What's up? You're all asleep. Was it a busy weekend? Six of Swords. Six of Swords, the card of movement, change, movement. The Six of Swords. Six of Swords highlights the need to let go of something, or some kind of sacrifice that must be made in order to move forward. Sacrifice. There is that, right? So to be in a relationship, especially if you're happy alone, there is something to sacrifice. But I'm not sure it's going to feel like that much of a sacrifice. This may be a difficult choice to make, but know that it's merely a transitory phase and you'll benefit in the long run. With time, you may understand the advantage of letting things go as an evolutionary process. It's the acceptance of change and release in order to grow from experience. After moving on, you'll be able to reflect on your path and the choices you've made. The Six of Swords is a card of transition and growth. New adventures, travel, harmonious circumstances, success after turmoil, sacrifice and change. Although you know change is inevitable, it will likely lead to a more positive route. You may still be experiencing attachments that you're not ready to let go of. It may feel as though a force is preventing you from reaching your higher self. Know that you alone have the power to shift the energy onto a new course. You're strong enough to navigate and face life's challenges at every corner. And you know what? Is a lot of the time when we've still got issues that are keeping us away from positive relationships, and we believe that we're really good at loving others and we're just not receiving that love back, that when we're in that state, that is the point that we should go, hang on a minute, this makes a lot of sense. If I'm really good at loving and I'm seeking a love from another, but I'm the one that's really good at loving, you've got everything that you need. All you need to do is look into a mirror and go, okay, I'm really good at loving. Then I'll love myself. Like literally seeing yourself as another person and taking the very best care of yourself. It's like what my self-care Claire channel's about. 2, I do that, and I hope to convey on that channel that that is what I do, is love myself properly, like someone that's taking care of someone else properly. We've got to do it to ourselves first, and a lot of people aren't doing that. They're wanting love from someone else. They want someone else to love them. But really, if you think you're that good at loving other people, prove it. Do it for yourself. It's really where it all starts. I feel like I'm talking to myself this morning. You're all so quiet. So let's stop. I'll be putting out a pick a card read later on. It's going to be called the Love Tarot. It's that one this time. And I will be... So many ants at the moment. What else? I'll be what? Let's do this all over again on Wednesday, 2 days' time. Any of the mini reads that are booked in from now on will be done in Wednesday's show. Thanks everyone for coming along. Don't forget to click like on this video before you click off. and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.